Right. Before we move forward, let's go to our physics category, change this to 1, 2, and 3. The reason is that you need to be able to do this, and it has to be a 1. It cannot be a 0, or else it won't work. Okay? So it should be 0. Most computers start counting at 0. So right now, let's just run it. Let's just take a look at this and see if it does indeed work. Okay? So we got our play here. And yeah, look at that. We got this, we can collect, 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 collect. Yeah, this is pretty good. And let me just hit that one and game over. Okay. And then it just stops. Well, what we need to do is we need to go down and let's take a look at our last item here. So it says move to title screen, and we have a fancy little to do in here. So let's go to our title scene. And the best way to do this is to literally copy this part, this if statement, the same statement you find in the game view controller. Now let's go back to the game scene, okay, and game scene.swift, and it looks like we are here. So let's go, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste this in here. However, we're going to have to go to the title scene, and we'll have to cite in title scene. Okay, we have to do that. And there we go. Now there's also the transition that we haven't set up here. So if we want to, we can go back and we've set up the transition. So we might as well add that in back to the game scene. We can add it up at the top here. All right. And there we go. Now let's go up to the top, all the way up to the top here. Whenever you start a new game, you have to reset the variables. We'll say function here, and we'll say reset game variables on start, and let's call that right at the start here. Perfect. Okay, reset game variables on start. And what do we need to select here? Well, is alive and score we need to reset. Okay. And yeah, is alive and score we need to reset. All of these we don't need to reset, and we don't really need to set color choice either. So I like to copy it and then just delete the variable out here, okay? So what that's going to do is that's going to loop it back all the way to that here. So looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And let's see, let's lose it. All right, game over. Okay, and look at that. I think that looks pretty neat. Okay, and game over. Okay, now let's go and let's set on start here. Let's set the alpha. So we will set the player, square collect, and the circle avoid here. Let's set the circle avoid dot alpha is equal to 0.0, and that way it's still there, but it's just hidden. So let's take a look at this here. Let's go ahead and push play, and there we go. There we go. And that actually looks pretty good. I think it actually looks really good. So here we go. And that's starting to look good. Collect the correct one and avoid the circles here. Now, obviously, we have to tell the player to do this. And the title scene is actually the best place to do it. So I'll show you what I mean here. All right. So the best place to do it would be to avoid, we will tell them how to do that, but we can look at that at a different tutorial here. So pretty much we have the game set up here. What we need to do now is theme it, and we have to make the question and answer the question, do you want to have the start and the score to be the same color as the game here? And the answer to that, I think we are going to theme it, just because it adds in just a little bit of extra something a little bit extra here. So we'll do the stars and all the theme as well. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that in the next tutorial.